Certainly. Here's a concept for a game based on the city of Jirjiri, the City of Ice. Game title: Jirjiri, the Frozen Underworld. Genre: Action-Adventure Open-World RPG Platforms. PC, Console, PS5, Xbox Series XS. Setting: Jirjiri, a city located high on an icy mountain, perpetually covered in snow and ice. The city is known for its beautiful yet harsh environment and its notorious reputation as a haven for criminals. Story: you play as Alexis Frost, a former law enforcement officer who has been wrongfully accused of a crime they didn't commit. To clear your name and seek justice, you infiltrate Jirjiri, the City of Ice, where crime rules and the law is non-existent. Your mission is to uncover the truth behind the crime you were framed for, dismantle the criminal organizations, and bring order to the frozen chaos. Main features: 1. Open world exploration. Explore the icy landscapes of Jirjiri, from the treacherous mountain slopes to the dark alleys of the city. Dynamic weather system with snowstorms, avalanches, and freezing temperatures affecting gameplay. 2. Crime and investigation. Investigate various crime scenes, gather evidence, and interrogate suspects. Use a mix of stealth and combat to infiltrate criminal hideouts and gather intelligence. 3. Survival elements. Manage your body temperature and resources. Find warmth in abandoned buildings or use portable heat sources. Craft tools and weapons from materials scavenged in the environment. 4. Combat system. Engaging melee and ranged combat with a variety of weapons, from improvised ice picks to advanced firearms. Utilize the environment to your advantage, such as causing avalanches or using the icy terrain to outmaneuver enemies. 5. Moral choices. Decisions you make will impact the story and the fate of Jirjiri. Choose between aligning with different factions or going solo. Moral choices affect your reputation, relationships with NPCs, and the overall outcome of the game. 6. Factions and alliances. Interact with various factions, each with their own goals and philosophies. These include the Syndicate, a powerful crime organization, and the Frostborn, a group of rebels fighting against the criminal rule. Form alliances or betray factions based on your strategy and the unfolding narrative. Key locations: Frostspire Summit, the highest point of the mountain, offering breathtaking views and hidden secrets. The Ice Quarry, a dangerous mining area controlled by the Syndicate, where forced labor and illegal activities thrive. Frostborn Hideout, a secret base for the rebel faction fighting against the criminal overlords. Frozen Docks, a trade hub where smuggling and black market deals are common. Shiver Peak Prison, an old, abandoned prison now used as a stronghold by one of the city's notorious gangs. NPCs: Marcus Black, leader of the Syndicate, the main antagonist with a mysterious past. Lila Stone, a former ally and love interest, now working as a double agent within the criminal underworld. Underworld, leader of the Frostborn, who seeks to reclaim Jirjiri from the criminals. Detective Hale, the officer who originally framed you, now operating as a corrupt lawman in Jirjiri. Objectives: Main quest: clear your name by uncovering the conspiracy that led to your wrongful accusation. Side quests: help residents of Jirjiri with their problems, ranging from personal vendettas to larger criminal activities. Challenges: survive harsh weather conditions, navigate dangerous terrains, and outsmart the criminal masterminds. Endgame: uncover the truth and decide the fate of Jirjiri. Will you bring justice to the City of Ice or become part of its frozen underworld? This game concept provides a blend of action, strategy, and storytelling set in a unique and immersive environment. Players will experience the harshness of the icy city while navigating through a web of crime and intrigue. Detailed mechanics and features. 1. Open world exploration. Dynamic environment. The city and mountains' icy terrain shift with weather patterns, creating new paths or obstacles. Snowstorms can obscure vision, and avalanches can block or open routes. Interactive map. Points of interest are marked, but some require clues or tips from NPCs to uncover. Hidden caches, secret passages, and abandoned structures hold valuable resources or secrets. Traversal tools. Use climbing gear, snowmobiles, and other specialized equipment to navigate difficult terrain. 2. Crime and investigation. Forensic tools. Use gadgets like thermal scanners, fingerprint kits, and DNA analyzers to collect and analyze evidence. Dialogue system. Engage with suspects and witnesses using a branching dialogue system influenced by your choices, reputation, and gathered evidence. Clue board. Organize clues and evidence on a digital board, linking pieces together to solve crimes and advance the story. 3. Survival elements. Temperature management. Your core body temperature drops in extreme cold, affecting health and performance. Use clothing, shelters, and heat sources to stay warm. Crafting. Collect materials to craft essential items like improvised weapons, traps, warm clothing, and health kits. Resource management. Balance food, water, and heat resources. Scavenge from the environment or trade with NPCs. 4. Combat system. Stealth mechanics. Hide in snowdrifts. Use environmental sounds to mask your movements, and take down enemies silently. Environmental tactics. Use the icy environment to your advantage, such as causing ice to collapse on enemies or slipping on frozen surfaces. Skill trees. Develop skills in combat, stealth, survival, and negotiation. Customize your playstyle to be a brute force fighter, a silent assassin, or a master negotiator. 5. Moral choices. Dynamic reputation. Your actions affect how different factions and NPCs perceive you. High reputation with one faction might make you an enemy to another. Consequential decisions. Major story decisions will have lasting impacts on the game world, affecting everything from the availability of resources to the stability of the city's power dynamics. 6. Factions and alliances. Faction missions. Each faction offers unique missions that align with their goals. Completing these can provide special rewards and alter the city's landscape. Betrayal and trust. Factions may test your loyalty. Betraying a faction has consequences, potentially leading to open conflict or loss of support. Faction benefits. Gaining favor with a faction provides perks, such as access to unique weapons, safe houses, and critical information. Key locations expanded. Frostspire Summit. Beyond being a scenic lookout, it's a strategic location for radio communications and surveillance over the city. The Ice Quarry features dangerous working conditions where players can incite a rebellion or sabotage syndicate operations. Frostborn Hideout offers unique quests aimed at destabilizing the syndicate and liberating oppressed residents. Frozen Docks, a hub for black market trade. Players can smuggle goods, sabotage shipments, or gather intelligence. Shiver Peak Prison, now a lawless zone. It's a place for high-stakes confrontations and uncovering dark secrets about Jirjiri's criminal history. NPCs expanded. Marcus Black, ruthless yet charismatic. Marcus uses fear and loyalty to maintain control. His backstory reveals why he became a criminal kingpin. Lilith Stone, a complex character with shifting loyalties. Her relationship with Alexis impacts crucial plot points and player decisions. Elder Vard, a wise and seasoned leader who values honor and community. His past includes a personal vendetta against Marcus Black. Detective Hale represents the corrupt face of law enforcement, manipulating situations for personal gain. Revealing his corruption is a key subplot. Objectives expanded. Main quest. Prologue. Alexis arrives in Jirjiri, establishes a safe house, and begins gathering allies. Act 1. Investigate the crime scene and initial leads. Infiltrate low-level criminal networks. Act 2. Uncover deeper conspiracies. Face moral dilemmas, and build or break alliances with factions. Act 3. Confront the main antagonist. Make critical decisions affecting the city's future. Side quests. Personal vendettas. Help NPCs with their individual struggles against the criminal hierarchy. Survival tasks. Secure vital resources for yourself and allied factions. Mystery solving. Solve smaller mysteries and crimes that interconnect with the main storyline. Challenges. Weather hazards. Survive extreme weather events like blizzards and sudden temperature drops. Territorial conflicts. Navigate and survive in areas contested by rival factions. Resource scarcity. Manage scarce resources in critical situations, affecting survival and combat readiness. Endgame expanded. Multiple endings. Depending on the player's choices, the game can end in various ways, such as restoration of order. Jirjiri becomes a place of hope and rebuilding. Descent into chaos. The city plunges further into lawlessness. Personal revenge. Alexis seeks personal vengeance, affecting the city's future. Post-game content. New Game Plus. Carry over skills and items to a new playthrough with increased difficulty and new challenges. Free roam. Continue exploring and completing any missed side quests, with dynamic events still occurring in the city. This expanded concept aims to provide a rich, immersive experience where players can lose themselves in the frozen, crime-ridden world of Jirjiri, making impactful choices that shape their journey and the fate of the City of Ice. Detailed gameplay mechanics. 1. Open world exploration. Verticality. Utilize grappling hooks, ice axes, and climbing gear to navigate the vertical landscapes of Jirjiri. Certain areas are only accessible through advanced climbing techniques or special equipment. Hidden paths and shortcuts. Discover hidden paths that offer shortcuts or lead to secret locations. Rewarding exploration and keen observation. Dynamic events. Experience random events like falling ice blocks, criminal shootouts, or NPCs needing rescue, making the world feel alive and unpredictable. 2. Crime and investigation. Puzzle solving. Integrate puzzle elements within investigations. Unlock safes, decode messages, and piece together fragmented clues to advance the story. Undercover missions. Infiltrate criminal organizations by posing as one of them. Gain trust, gather intel, and sabotage their operations from within. Interrogation techniques. Use a combination of persuasion, intimidation, and bribery to extract information from suspects. Your approach affects the outcome and your reputation. 3. Survival elements. Environmental hazards. Beware of thin ice, freezing water, and falling icicles. Navigating these hazards requires careful planning and quick reflexes. Base building. Establish and upgrade safe houses throughout Jirjiri. Safe houses provide warmth, storage, crafting stations, and a place to plan missions. Food and water. Hunt wildlife, fish in frozen lakes, and melt snow for drinking water. Establish trade routes with friendly NPCs to secure these essentials. 4. Combat system. Weapon variety. Choose from a wide range of weapons including melee, ice picks, clubs, ranged, bows, firearms, and improvised, broken glass, pipes. Each weapon has unique stats and durability. Tactical combat. Use cover, create diversions, and set traps. The environment can be both an ally and an enemy in combat scenarios. Adrenaline system. Build up adrenaline during combat to perform powerful takedowns or escape maneuvers. Managing this system adds strategic depth to encounters. 5. Moral choices. Reputation system. Track your standing with different factions and key NPCs. High reputation unlocks special missions and rewards, while low reputation may result in ambushes and closed opportunities. Branching storylines. Your choices can branch the story in significant ways. Aligning with certain factions or making critical moral decisions can lead to entirely different game paths and endings. 6. Factions and alliances. Faction benefits and penalties. Gaining favor with the faction provides benefits like unique weapons, special skills, or safe passage through their territories. Conversely, becoming their enemy results in increased hostility and restricted access. Faction conflicts. Engage in faction wars where your actions can tip the balance of power in Jirjiri. Deciding which faction to support or betray has far-reaching consequences. Expanded key locations. Frostspire Summit. Observation deck. Offers a panoramic view of Jirjiri. Use it to scout locations, plan missions, and spot environmental hazards or opportunities. Radio tower. Hack into communication lines to gather intelligence or disrupt enemy plans. The Ice Quarry. Underground network. Explore the hidden tunnels beneath the quarry where illicit activities and secret meetings take place. Quarry boss. Confront the ruthless overseer who runs the quarry with an iron fist. Frostborn hideout. Training grounds. Improve your skills and train with Frostborn warriors. Learn unique combat techniques and survival strategies. Resource hub. Trade goods and resources with the Frostborn to sustain your survival efforts. Frozen docks. Black market. Access rare and illegal goods. Negotiate with smugglers and black market traders for weapons, information, and other valuable items. Dock master. The influential leader of the docks who controls all illegal trade routes in and out of Jirjiri. Shiver Peak Prison. Prison yard. A dangerous area where power struggles among prisoners are frequent. Gain allies or enemies based on your actions here. Warden's office. Uncover dark secrets and corrupt deals by infiltrating the warden's quarters. Expanded NPCs. Marcus Black. Background. Once a soldier turned warlord, Marcus uses his military expertise to control Jirjiri. His complex personality reveals moments of vulnerability and a twisted sense of justice. Interactions. Engage in psychological battles with Marcus, where your choices can influence his actions and the story's outcome. Lila Stone. Background. A skilled infiltrator with a mysterious past connected to Alexis. Her dual roles as ally and antagonist create tension and unpredictable plot twists. Interactions. Develop a dynamic relationship with Lila, where trust and betrayal play a central role in her story arc. Elder Vard. Background. A veteran of numerous battles against the Syndicate. Bart has a personal history with Marcus. His wisdom and strategic mind make him a valuable ally. Interactions. Seek Bart's guidance for strategic missions and moral decisions. His approval or disapproval affects the Frostborn's support. Detective Hale. Background. A corrupt officer with connections to the Syndicate. Hale's manipulation of the law serves his interests, making him a formidable adversary. Interactions. Gather evidence against Hale and confront him in a high-stakes showdown. Exposing his corruption is key to clearing your name. Expanded objectives. Main quest. Prologue. Alexis's arrival in Jirjiri, setting up a base, and establishing early connections with factions and key NPCs. Act 1. Initial investigations and low-level infiltration. Uncovering the layers of crime within Jirjiri. Act 2. Deepening the investigation. Major confrontations, and forming or breaking alliances. Act 3. The final confrontation with Marcus Black, revealing the ultimate truth, and making the pivotal decisions that shape Jirjiri's future. Side quests. Personal stories. Assist NPCs with their personal vendettas and struggles, each with its own mini-narrative and rewards. Community help. Help rebuild parts of Jirjiri by securing resources and defending against criminal attacks, improving your standing with local communities. Environmental missions. Undertake missions related to surviving and thriving in the harsh environment, such as securing water supplies or fortifying safe houses. Challenges. Weather survival. Survive prolonged blizzards, which test your resource management and survival skills to the limit. Faction wars. Participate in large-scale battles between factions, influencing the outcome with your actions. Endurance trials. Face off against elite enemies in survival gauntlets, testing your combat and strategy skills. Expanded endgame. Multiple endings. Restoration of order. Bring law and order to Jirjiri, transforming it into a beacon of hope and justice. Descent into chaos. Allow Jirjiri to fall deeper into anarchy, with factions vying for control in the power vacuum. Personal revenge. Focus on personal vengeance against those who wronged you, leading to a more ambiguous future for the city. Post-game content. New Game Plus. Replay the game with enhanced difficulty, new side quests, and additional story content that wasn't accessible in the first playthrough. Free roam. Continue exploring Jirjiri, completing side quests, and influencing the city's dynamics. Engage in dynamic events and additional missions to further shape the world. DLC and expansion ideas. The Frozen Depths. An expansion that adds an extensive underground cave system beneath Jirjiri, filled with new enemies, resources, and mysteries. The Syndicate Strikes Back. A storyline expansion where the remnants of the Syndicate regroup and launch a counter-offensive, introducing new factions and high-stakes missions. Survival mode. A standalone mode focused entirely on surviving in the harsh environment of Jirjiri, with randomized elements and leaderboards for competitive play. This expanded concept aims to create a rich, immersive, and dynamic gaming experience in the unique setting of Jirjiri, combining deep narrative elements with strategic gameplay mechanics and a living, breathing world. Expanded game mechanics and systems. 1. Open world exploration. Seasons and time cycle. Seasonal changes. Experience different seasons, each with unique challenges. For example, spring might bring melting ice and floods, while winter intensifies cold and blizzards. Day-night cycle. The time of day affects visibility, NPC activity, and enemy behavior. Nighttime increases stealth opportunities but also makes survival tougher. Environmental storytelling. Discover relics, old notes, and environmental clues that tell the history of Jirjiri and its descent into crime. 2. Crime and investigation. Advanced forensic tools. Utilize high-tech gadgets like drones for aerial surveillance, holographic projectors to reconstruct crime scenes, and hacking devices to access secure data. Interactive interrogation. Conduct interrogations where body language, tone of voice, and choice of questions influence the outcome. Failures can lead to suspects clamming up or even turning hostile. Undercover ops. Carry out deep cover missions where you blend into criminal activities, requiring you to maintain a facade while collecting crucial evidence. 3. Survival elements. Health and stamina management. Balance your physical condition by managing health, stamina, and mental state. Harsh conditions and constant threats take a toll, necessitating rest and recuperation. Hunting and gathering. Hunt wildlife and gather plants for food, medicine, and crafting materials. Animal behaviors change with the seasons and weather conditions. Shelter building. Construct and upgrade shelters across Jirjiri to provide safe havens. Shelters offer crafting stations, storage, and defensive capabilities against threats. 4. Combat system. Combo system. Implement a combo system for melee combat that rewards timing and precision. Master different combat styles, from quick, agile attacks to powerful, heavy strikes. Elemental effects. Utilize the environment for combat advantages. Use fire to melt ice barriers, water to conduct electricity, and cold to freeze enemies. Enemy types. Encounter a variety of enemies, from human criminals with different combat styles to wildlife adapted to the icy environment. Each type requires unique strategies to defeat. 5. Moral choices. Deep ethical dilemmas. Face choices that challenge your morality. Decide between sacrificing a few to save many or taking risks to save everyone. Character relationships. Build and influence relationships with key NPCs. Your actions can lead to friendships, romances, rivalries, or betrayals. Public perception. Your actions influence how the general populace views you. Help communities, and they might assist you in return. Harm them, and they may turn hostile. 6. Factions and alliances. Faction hierarchies. Each faction has its own hierarchy and internal politics. Gain the favor of influential members to climb the ranks and gain more significant support. Faction rivalries. Manipulate rivalries between factions to weaken your enemies. Plant false evidence. Incite conflicts, and play factions against each other. Unique rewards. Gain access to faction-specific equipment, abilities, and missions by building alliances or choosing to betray them for immediate gains. Expanded key locations. Frostspire Summit. Hidden bunkers. Discover hidden bunkers with valuable resources and critical story information. Ancient ruins. Explore ancient ruins that hint at a deeper lore behind the mountain and its significance. The Ice Quarry. Underground network. Navigate a labyrinth of tunnels used for smuggling and secret meetings, each with its own dangers and secrets. Quarry Boss's Lair. Infiltrate the heavily guarded headquarters of the Quarry Boss to gather intel or stage a direct assault. Frostborn Hideout. Cultural artifacts. Learn about the history and traditions of the Frostborn through their artifacts and stories. Training missions. Participate in training missions that simulate real combat scenarios, improving your skills and earning faction loyalty. Frozen docks. Submerged wrecks. Dive into frozen waters to explore submerged wrecks for hidden treasures and vital supplies. Smuggler's Cove. A secretive area where high-stakes deals and clandestine meetings take place. Gain access through trust or force. Shiver Peak Prison. Escape routes. Discover and utilize old escape routes for strategic infiltration or exfiltration. High Security Wing. Break into or out of the high security wing to rescue allies, sabotage operations, or confront key adversaries. Expanded NPCs. Marcus Black. Background. Delve deeper into Marcus's history through flashbacks and discover journals. Understand his transformation from a soldier to a crime lord. Interactions. Complex dialogues where Marcus's charisma and ruthlessness shine, challenging your moral compass and strategic thinking. Lilith Stone. Background. Uncover Lilith's true motives through shared history and pivotal moments. Her dual allegiance adds layers to your relationship. Interactions. Dynamic interactions where trust is constantly tested. Lilith's actions are unpredictable, adding tension and depth to the narrative. Elder Bard. Background. Learn about Bard's battles and sacrifices through detailed backstory missions. His wisdom guides many of your decisions. Interactions. Seek Bard's counsel on strategic moves and ethical dilemmas. His approval impacts the support you receive from the Frostborn. Detective Hale. Background. Reveal Hale's corruption through a series of investigative missions. His network of influence complicates your efforts. Interactions. Face Hale in high-stakes encounters where psychological warfare and tactical decisions determine the outcome. Expanded objectives. Main quest. Prologue. Introduction to the harsh realities of Jirjiri.